Theravada Buddhist Missionary University. Today she is going to present a paper entitled Advantages and Disadvantages of Learning the Buddhist Scriptures at the University Level. Dr. Donnie Mala, please.
Donnie Mala, Most Venerable CROs, Venerable Nuns, His Excellency Minister Usuwin, distinguished guests, and dear Dhamma sisters. First of all, let me express my sincere gratitude to CRO, Dr. Dhamma Via, First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to CRO Dr. Dhamma Via for his initiation of this historic event, and to His Excellency Minister Usuwin for his kind permission and generous support to the Buddha Sasana. I also would like to thank to the main sponsor and all the donors for their valuable contributions, and my special thanks go to Siale Dokutalawadi, the abbot of Sakyapita Nunnery, and to Siale Dr. Yutana Nyani for the selfless service for this special occasion. The title of this paper is Advantages and Disadvantages of Learning the Buddhist Scriptures at the University Level. So I'm going to present this paper with four main issues. The first issue is the role of learning the Buddhist Scriptures, Pariyatti, in our country, and the second one is emergence of International Theravada Buddhist Missionary University, and the third issue is that the status of Myanmar Buddhist nuns and their admission to the university, and the last issue is advantages and disadvantages. So now we are going to the first issue. Nobody can deny that learning the Buddhist scriptures play a key role in our country. Throughout the history of Buddhism in our country, the successive rulers of the country, as well as its subjects, encouraged and held the learned monks in high esteem. In the Bagan dynasty, King Jazwa not only encouraged erudite monks, but also he himself also spent a lot of time, most of his time, in scholarly pursuit, memorizing some passages from the Buddhist scriptures. And during the reign of King Mindo, not only the scholarly monks were supported with four requisites, but their parents were also given financial support by the king. However, during the Second World War, under the British colony, the scholarly monks turned their attention to meditation practice in secluded places, and rather than learning the scriptures in the cities. Nevertheless, when the Second World War was over, some scholarly monks, they established monasteries for learning the Buddhist scripture, as well as for educating the future generation in secular studies. After independence in 1948, the government initiated the Tipitaka Thera examination, and thus there emerged some monks who could recite the whole Tipitaka by heart without any delay. And the early pioneer in the field of Tipitaka Thera examination, that is the most venerable Mingun Sayadaw, upgraded the learning the Buddhist scriptures by establishing two universities, two Buddhist universities, one in Yangon and one in Mandalay in 1986. Later, these two universities were handed over to the Ministry of Religious Affairs and known as the State Priyadi Sasana University. But these universities are only for the monks, not for the nuns. So 12 years after this university, under the guidance of State Sangha Mahanayaka, the then head of the state established the International Theravada Buddhist Missionary University and with the objective of sharing the genuine Theravada Buddhism with the people of the world. So it may not be mistaken to say that the establishment of this university is standing a new chapter in the history of Buddhism because it is not confined to monks but open to nuns and lay people alike. So in this paper, I'm going to focus the advantages and disadvantages of learning the Buddhist scriptures at the university level, especially for the Buddhist nuns. So, even though the contemporary Myanmar Buddhist nuns, known as Thilachin, are not the direct descendants of Bhikkhuni, but we get a lot of inspiration from the Bhikkhuni order. So, despite the fact that Bhikkhuni order had disappeared 500 years after the demise of the Lord Buddha, Myanmar women who would like to devote their lives to the dispensation of the Buddha, they transform into Thilachin since in the Bagan dynasty. And furthermore, it is reported that there are some erudite, outstanding monks who give spiritual guidance to the queens, and they also give lectures to the royal princess. And moreover, in the Gongmao dynasty, there appeared royal nuns because one of the consorts of King Mindo and his three daughters were ordained under the supervision of Tukang Sayadaw. So there appeared royal nuns. So now it is obvious that the community of Myanmar Buddhist nuns stands with dignity and performing for the welfare of society. As mentioned above, I'm going to skip some passages from my paper because of the time limit. And as mentioned above, though the nuns did not get a chance to join the Buddhist university, it means the State Sangha Pariyadis University, but when Sitaku International Buddhist Academy and International Theravada Buddhist Missionary University and Buddhist University, that is in Chimyandai, Tadu Buddhist University, were inaugurated. When these three universities were inaugurated, the Buddhist nuns get a golden opportunity to study Buddhist literature at the university level. But there are some advantages and disadvantages of learning the Buddhist scriptures at the university level. So first I'm going to discuss the advantages. So it is learned comparing to the traditional way of study, then the university provide a wider range of subjects under various faculty. In the university, the nuns can study Vinaya, tranquility and insight meditation, Dhammanuloma, history of Buddhism, comparative study of religion, missionary and research methodology, which are not available in the nunneries. So I'm going to skip the result. because of the time limit, and this is the first advantage.